beats
division.
5, 3 beats 4.
In our handicap division, we watched Tom McCluskey roll through a couple of matches before he was finally knocked off by our eventual champion, Cozy Johnson. But right now, everything's standing the way it should be, with number 4 beating 5, and now number 3 beating 4. And you hear the clap of thunder from Lisa Maurice, who opens up with a strike on her practice frame. Lisa, 17 years old, from Yonkers, New York, attends Lehman High School in the Bronx, and she's had some heavy-duty scores today, 246 and 245. As we mentioned, she is second place in the overall point total, but she has come out a winner in the tournament. As a matter of fact, the only two-time winner on the tour this year, where she her first win in the second tournament at the Yonkers Bowl, that in the Scratch division, where she won that one, and she finished in second place at White Plains Bowl, second to Byron Stevens. Finished sixth place at Cortland, and sixth place at Starlight. So she has also come up a winner, and has a 190 average coming into this one.
First southpaw we've seen today.
So she'll be taking on John Richardson, our big gun from Yonkers. We'll just figure out who's going to lead us off. As we go to our next to last match in the Scratch Division Championship, Louis Palumbo waiting in the wings. He'll be meeting the winner of this one, Louis from New Rochelle.
And he had the place crazy a little bit earlier today with a 290.
All right, so Lisa Maurice will begin, as we are set for our third match today. This will be her last practice ball, and then Lisa will start things off, and she'll take on John Richardson, who just finished up defeating Rich Jacobson, 248 to 215. It looks like she has a Dick Tracy decoder watch on her wrist.
Could be two-way Sam Ketchum wrist radio.
And of course, to aid her in her bowling, trying to keep that wrist as straight as possible on her delivery. And you know, we've kidded a lot about the similarities between the bowling and the golf, but the follow-through on both is just as important in either sport, and especially here with the way a lot of these people, a lot of the bowlers coming in with the ball either right to left or left to right to try to hit that pocket.
And a game of both of them, games of direction and hand skill.
All right, Lisa Maurice with her opener, and that gets it started off right away. She's got quite a rooting gallery back here. So Lisa Maurice with the opening strike, and she will now John Richardson coming off a 248 in one of his championship round wins, and he's not going to only have to contend with Lisa, but with her gallery behind her, and he just missed one, leaves the number 10 standing. John Richardson, this is an interesting matchup here. John Richardson and Lisa Maurice running 1 and 2 in the total point standings. With this last tournament left, John at 190 and Lisa at 186. You get 50 points for being the champion, as both of these players have had wins during the season. So very important game for both players here in the overall standings for the Spade.
Richardson with a little bit of a hook in there, even though he's going for the number 10 pin, got it cleanly. He was very impressive indeed with a 248, defeating Rich Jacobson, who in turn had defeated Keith Swerdloff a little bit earlier. So Richardson number 3 in the seeds, number 2 Lisa Maurice.
Lisa had games of 246 and 245 today. John with a high of 248, and he let that one slide a little bit to the left-hand side, giving him 7 there and 17 in the first frame. Lisa with a strike in her first frame.
3, 6, and 10.
Well, John had quite a game in that last match against Rich Jacobson. 8 strikes he had in that match, and right now working on his second straight spare. He does pick it up.
A real enthusiastic gallery here, John. They pick their favorites and go for them.
Which brings us to the point I can't remember hearing anybody hollering for you out here.
Yeah, that's true. I don't owe any money to anyone here. I don't have any left.
This is Lisa's big rooter. All right, Lisa Maurice now in the second frame, working on the strike.
Comes into the pocket and gets it. Very strong. She came right in that
he's another example, just like golf. You keep quiet when the ball's rolling. As soon as it goes in, you scream your brains out.
That's right. That's right.
Excitement Plus reigning supreme here at the Post Bowling Center in White Plains. John Carrillo along with a Hacker Pivaneri and a cast of crazies.
Speak for yourself.
All right, Lisa now in her third frame, looking for her first triple of this match.
Comes in again. Same thing, that 1-2 pocket. Coming in strong there.
So Lisa now with the triple gives her 30 in that first frame. A hefty lead right now, early, against John Richardson.
Whew.
All right, John Richardson now working on a spare in his third frame. He needs a strike here in a hurry. That's a big one. Really, really needed that one.
Well, you know, it's the same thing with Richardson when he was facing Jacobson. When he needed it, and he needed it early, he went for it. Got himself a 248 game there, and just blew Jacobson away. And now he's got to make sure that the same doesn't happen to him, as he's facing a very hot Lisa Maurice. Yes, sir. There he goes again.
So that's 2 strikes in a row for John Richardson, and that's going to bring him right back, as now Lisa Maurice will step up. You see the gallery behind us rooting for John Richardson. I tell you, all these people back here can't equal that one guy over here.
That's right. Really interesting how the spectators do take an active interest. Of course, these youngsters know each other. These folks out watching the bowling tour throughout Westchester County throughout the year.
All right, Lisa now looking for a 4th straight strike. And she missed one of them.
She's got the number 5 pin. Right out there in the middle.
This will even things up a little bit here with the spare, especially the way John Richardson has come on strong in those last 2 frames.
Very contemplative.
All right, spare there for Lisa in the 4th.
Lisa, very serious, takes her time, isn't rushed. And you know how important that is in any athletic event or skill. You can't rush your move. There's no clock here. You've got to go when you're ready. You've got to feel comfortable with it. And obviously, Lisa Maurice feeling comfortable indeed.
I would also imagine it's got to be some kind of a groove that you have to get into after a while. And with the way you're going two frames apiece, you can get into that motion and step right up and bowl, it's going to help you in the long run.
Absolutely.
For the 5th frame now for Lisa Maurice, 17 years old from Yonkers. Big spin, brings it back in. Boy, she really lays it out there on the left side and brings it all the way back.
Doesn't she? She throws that hook every time, and she's going right for that 1-2 pocket on the left side. And when she gets it, there's enough action on the ball. She throws it hard enough that the pins do fall.
So Lisa now with 99 through 4, and now John Richardson for his triple. And he just
misses
missed
the
it.
5.
That 5 hanging out there all day long. All right, without question, John needs the spare here. Would really put him right back in this one here, or at least keep him in the hunt. All right, so the spare does help him. Keeps him 13 pins behind Lisa Maurice through 4 frames, and we now go to the 6th. But Lisa working on the strike in her 5th, and John with the spare in his 5th. So another strike here to keep him in the ballgame. Winner of this one's going to meet our #1 seed, Louis Palumbo, 19 years old from New Rochelle, and he's already bowled a 290 today. That one he needed.
Boy, this kid is tough, isn't he?
It's a really good match we got going here.